It feels good to be back. Yesterday we didn't have a prediction video because it's been an interesting week. We really needed to sit down and observe and be sure of what was happening. Because as I keep telling you people, the week of cup matches are always problematic. Always problematic because more often than not, you have two uneven teams from two different leagues coming together. And more often than not, you are unable to determine the priorities for the two teams. Like which team is genuinely interested in going far in this competition and which team doesn't care about this competition. And that's where the issue is. So when you back the team that you feel should win, and unknown to you, they don't really care about that competition, you end up losing. Like what happened? Who would have thought that Liverpool would have lost to Atalanta in their home? But then Liverpool was more interested in the league. So it happens, and there's nothing we can do about it. But the truth of the matter is, this is the final week for these cup matches. Then we should have 3 weeks of respite before the semi-final games begin again. So I just want to encourage you guys to hang in there. It is not my fault. If you've joined this channel, if you've been with us for the past 2 to 3 months, you yourself can say how much you have won from betting on matches in this channel, because this is the only channel that can give you 4 days uninterrupted winnings when everything is right. 4 days uninterrupted winnings. So please hang in there. I literally cannot wait for these cup matches to be over today, so that everything can return to normal the way we were doing before. We've analyzed 4 matches here that give a total of 2.8 odds. And I'm going to take you guys through these games quickly. The first game is Atalanta Liverpool. So the first leg ended 3-0. And to be honest, Liverpool wasn't really interested in this Europa League. They were really sure that they stood a chance of winning the league. But to be honest with you right now, I think the Liverpool coach at this point is going to tell their players that the Premier League doesn't look sure, especially now that Man City is out of the Champions League. Arsenal too is out of the Champions League. So he's really going to tell them that to make sure this season doesn't end trophyless for us, especially for the fact that he's leaving this season. Let's be serious. And if they were serious in that game, he had started the right players from the first minute, Liverpool would have beaten Atalanta. What does Atalanta even play? This is a team with a very terrible away form, but they didn't care. But I'm telling you today that they will care. Liverpool will do everything possible to pick a positive result. They'll play the best football that they know. And the fact is that it's a game Atalanta will get a goal for sure. Atalanta's last 5 matches at home has produced a goal. You expand to 10 games, and look at 10 games. They've scored in every game they've played at home in the last 10 matches. Liverpool has scored in every away game they've played in their last 5 matches. You expand again, and they've scored in they've scored in every game that they've played in the last 10 away matches. So I'm going for both teams to score, and both teams will score today. And the odd for both teams to score is 1.47. The next fixture we have is Europa League. It's a game involving AS Roma and AC Milan. I think in many ways, AC Milan grossly underestimated AS Roma because the first leg ended 1-0 in favor of AS Roma. I don't think AC Milan really expected AS Roma to play that well, right? And we'll be looking at the goal market. We'll be looking at the goal market. And the reason is, even though it ended 1-0, this is a game AC Milan is going to get a goal. They'll get a goal today. AS Roma is also going to get a goal. There'll be a lot of goals today. It's not going to be that 1-0 as the first leg. So as you can see here, the last 5 meetings or last 5 games have produced 2 goals, when they've played at home. AC Milan has also scored in every game they have played away from home, literally. AC Milan, they've scored in every game that they've played away from home. And their head to head shows that it's a fixture that always produces 1.5 goals or more. So the prediction is simple. It's a game. I don't think AC Milan wants to exit the Europa League at this stage. And as I said, they weren't really expecting AS Roma to be that excellent when they played them. And that was why the score was 1-0. And it's not like they weren't trying to score, it just wasn't their day. But expect AS Roma to score today. Also expect AC Milan to score. So I'm going for over 1.5 goals for this fixture. And the odd for over 1.5 goals for this fixture is 1.30. The next game we have is from the Denmark First Division. It's a game involving Sonderjysk and Van Dessel. Funny names, eh? So 5 matches played, and you can see the home team is averaging a minimum of 2 goals whenever they play at home. 4 out of the last 5 matches they've played in has produced 2 or more goals. The only time they played a game and it didn't produce 2 goals was a club friendly, and it's understandable. Vendesel away from home is also averaging a minimum of 2 goals away from home. Only 1 out of the last 5 matches did not produce 1 or more goals. And interestingly, the head to head, 5 out of 5 matches they've met, or 5 out of the 5 times they've played, has seen 2.5 goals produced. It's also important we check their standings to fully understand what this fixture would mean for the two teams. So when you look at their standings, you see that the home team is position one. It's a very competitive league. Um, you know, the team that is playing home is position one, and no point separates them from the second place team. So the first and second place team 55-55. And if they fail to win today, the second place team will have that advantage over them. They're not going to joke. And then you have the away team that is playing position four, also trying to see how they can push further. So expect 1.5 goals in this game. So the odd for over 1.5 goals is 1.21. The next fixture we have is a game involving Marseille and Benfica. Okay, so the first leg ended 2-1. Benfica was able to beat Marseille. Benfica was able to beat Marseille. An interesting game. And right now, Marseille is welcoming Benfica. And it's interesting that this Marseille team has scored in 4 out of its last 5 home matches. So the only time they couldn't score was when they played PSG. And you know, PSG is like the Oga. PSG is like the strongest team in the league. Then you have Benfica. Benfica too has also considered the majority of its away games. I think they've considered in 3 out of its last 5 away games. Head to head shows that this is a fixture that has seen Marcel score whenever they play. So the truth of the matter is Marcel will feel that they have the advantage here. They'll feel and believe that they have a chance, and they just need to win at home to, they just need to keep a clean sheet potentially and push the game into extra time. So I think that's how they look at the game. And given Marcel's excellent record, so 5 matches played, they've scored in 4 out of 5. You expand to 10 games, and Marcel has scored in 9 out of the last 10 games they've played at home. That's interesting. You expand to 15 matches, and they've scored in 14, 13 out of the last 15 matches they've played at home. Really, that's really, really interesting. So, and given the stakes in this game, and given that they were even able to get a goal when they played Benfica in Benfica's home, you can expect Marcel to get a goal. So we are playing Marcel to score over zero point 0.5 goals. And the odds for Marcel to score over 0.5 goals is 1.24. These are the matches we have for you guys. And you have the sporty bet, you have the 1x bet. And I just want to wish you guys nothing but the absolute best. Remember to like this video, remember to subscribe, and see you guys on the other side.